On this Ash Wednesday, I have some really good news. Good news we should be telling the whole world about. And in fact, just this morning, Terry and Alan and Kate Boone were doing just that at the Arlington Heights train station. Now, what is this good news, you might be wondering? Here it is. Remember, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Now, that might sound a little odd, especially after these readings and prayers about wretchedness and the rest. Isn't the dust we put on ourselves about how everything went wrong in Eden? And we were told that we were dust almost as a curse? And isn't it true that pretty much every time we hear about sackcloth and ashes in the Hebrew Bible, it's about repentance? Something's gone wrong, you have to fix it. Well, I suppose that's true, and before any of that happened, we were already dust. Those same stories tell us how our God was playing in the dirt in creation and making shapes, and eventually made an earth person and breathed into that earth person, and it became a living being. And from that same dirt, our God was playing and making a garden in Eden. And from that same dirt and dust drew out plants and shaped animals, all from the same dirt and dust. Even the story that science tells us about how the universe was made reminds us that all of the dirt and elements in our bodies came from not one, but 3 generations of stars living and dying and blowing up. Remember, you are stardust. That's good news. So while I guess we could put the dirt on our faces to remind us that we need repentance, that we don't always live up to the blessing of being created in God's image, of this dirt of creation, today it's feeling to me more like a blessing. Remember, you are the dust that God was playing in at the foundation of the universe. The dust that God is still playing in now. From that same dust, you belong to all the plants that grow from it. All the animals are our siblings. And every human being is born of that same Mother Earth. What a wonderful blessing to begin Lent. There is the rub, though, that we might feel as we receive the dirt today. And that is, while we all share in the blessing of being this dirt that God is playing in, when any of that dirt suffers, so do we all. The ashes of the forests of Australia are our dirt. And so are the drought-stricken sands of Central Africa. So are the thawing tundras of the Arctic. So are the soils of our own Midwest, stripped by chemicals and pesticides. They all are part of us, as are the crops and the forests that come from it, and the water that passes through it, and the animals that live upon it, both the wild ones and the ones we use for food and for companionship. And then there are our fellow siblings, other human beings, whose soil is also polluted by the ways in which earth is not being cared for. And that's worth remembering in Lent, the wretchedness of the soil harmed by so much misuse. And I guess if we wanted, we could take that dirt upon ourselves and remember all the failures, our common failures to care for that soil. I wonder, though, if we might discover the same conversion in another way, which is to receive this dirt as a blessing, as the way God is acting in us, reminding us to whom we belong. And if we walked around just for a moment or a day with that blessed dirt on our face, we might let that blessing seek more deeply into our own soil, so that God might create in us a new blessing, not just for us, but for all the other soil out there in God's created world. You know, Jesus warns us today When you fast, don't disfigure your face with dirt and then look dismal. He doesn't say anything about disfiguring your face with dirt and looking joyful. What would it be like to smile on this Ash Wednesday as we receive this blessing? Remember, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. And as we live that blessing, we can allow God to keep playing in our dirt this Lent and shaping us more and more into the kinds of blessings all creation needs.